I did not. What's the big news?
It's all over the facility, I'm guessing. What Scotty Miller, the Bucks wide receiver, had to say?
No, I did not hear it.
He said that he is the fastest player in the NFL, and he says he's faster than the cheetah, Tyreek Hill.
Oh man, that's it's an interesting take, man. You gotta have confidence in yourself, though. I'll give him that.
Okay, but Tyreek has already commented, by the way. He said good for him. But do you guys have a bulletin board? And if you do you have any material on that bullet? Like, how motivating is this for you, Patrick, and the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're more motivating on yourself in being in the Super Bowl. If you're not ready to play for the Super Bowl, I don't think you're going to get ready. So he is a fast dude. He's a great receiver. But I like my guy versus anybody.
If I had you race Tyreek. Okay, so if he ran backwards, could he run 100 yards faster than you if he went backwards and you went forwards?
Man, I feel like I can get him in 100 running backwards. I don't know off the start. I feel like off the start he'd still be pretty quick. We always talk about it. I always say if we just ran a straight 100, I think I need at least 30 yards. But I mean, we could test it.
Well, you would probably have to give Brady 30 if you ran 100 yards with him, do you think?
I mean, if me and Brady both ran 100 yards, I feel like both of us are going to need to be on the oxygen tank after. So I don't think we're going to plan on doing that anytime soon.
Have you hung out with Brady other than playing a football game?
I have not actually. Just having crossed paths in that way, I've heard a lot of great things about him. I heard he's a great guy to hang out with, but have not gotten that opportunity.
I could see you playing golf. I think you guys would probably do okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun. I'm not sure how the scores would look, but I'm sure we'd have a lot of fun out there on the course.
Do you know, when will you know your first play in Super Bowl 55?
I probably won't know. I don't think Coach Reed really comes out with the full first 15s and all that different type of stuff until that Friday before the game. He kind of gives me a little sneak peek before everybody else to make sure we're good to go. But you'll have a good idea of what he's thinking kind of during the week.
How much input do you have in that?
I have a good amount. I mean, him, Coach Bieniemy, and Coach Kafka both come to me on pretty much every single play right after we run it or throughout the day, throughout practice, and they ask me what I'm liking, what I'm feeling, how I feel this can attack certain places in their defenses. And they give me a good idea. And it's kind of a funny story. Whenever that last game of the season, when Chad Henne got the start, I made my own first 15. Kind of see how close I could get the coaches, and I was actually pretty close. I have a good feel for what Coach Reed's thinking.
If I would have told you back in college, one day you're going to go toe-to-toe with Brady in the Super Bowl, what would you have said at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would I didn't know he would be on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'll tell you that. I thought it was going to be I'd have been on the NFC somewhere. But, I mean, it's special. I mean, I've had a great start to the career, but it's because I'm in a great organization with a lot of great people around me. And I just try to take advantage of all the opportunities that I've been given and don't let them take them for granted. And I understand that it's been a blessed situation, and I'm going to try to do whatever I can to get another Super Bowl ring.
But when did you know you could play at this level or on the level with the great quarterbacks in the game?
I didn't know I could play and be in Super Bowls like this until I was in the NFL and I made my first Super Bowl. I don't think you know that you have a great team around you and you know that you're doing everything the right way. But until you get to that game, to this game, you don't understand exactly what it takes. And so I think going into this season, I had a lot more confidence in myself and in my teammates because I knew what it took to get to the Super Bowl.
What did you take away from the loss against the Patriots in the AFC title game a couple of years ago? A lot of times, the Bulls couldn't get by the Pistons. The Pistons couldn't get by Larry Bird and the Celtics. Like, there's certain teams, like, you have to get by them, and once you get by them, then you never look back. And I don't know if you learned anything after you lost that game.
I think the biggest thing that we've learned since that game is how to deal with adversity. And I know it's kind of cliche and people talk about it, but whenever you lose a game like that and you realize that it's over, there's nothing else, like you have to watch the Super Bowl on TV just like everybody else, you learn that you have to find ways to battle throughout a game. And if you look at that game, we didn't start the way we wanted to in that AFC Championship game, and then we couldn't figure out ways to get ourselves going until it was too late. And I think we've learned that now that when we've gotten these deficits now, we understand that we have to attack and get back in the game, because if you don't, you'll run out of time.
I was also wondering, when I watch you play, you got great footwork and obviously arm strength, but I didn't know if you played other sports. I know you played baseball, but were you a basketball player?
I was a big basketball player. I thought I was going to be a basketball player growing up. I was I was a taller kid. And I played point guard and all that different type of stuff. And then I got to my freshman year of high school, and I was like 6'2", 6'3", whatever I am right now, and I never grew again. And I figured how I played wasn't going to make it in the NBA.
Who did you want to be?
Oh, when I was younger, I mean, obviously you watched. When I was really young, I watched Michael Jordan and stuff like that. But then it was Allen Iverson, man, dude. Watching the AI and all the crossing over. I didn't have the quickness, but I felt like I could still make some moves out there.
Did you ever meet him?
I haven't got to meet him yet. I mean, a tremendous player, and hopefully one day I'll get to meet him.
He's Patrick Mahomes. He's joining us on behalf of. Well, you want to make sure you get to the big game. On behalf of AirShare, the safe and simple way to fly private, I'm assuming mom and dad are flying AirShare.
They are, and we have a great partnership. They actually fly my parents and my family out to every single home game. And so they're able to be there for every single home game that we have at Arrowhead, which is awesome. Makes it a lot easier for me. And then in the off season, I get a few flights here and there as well, which helps out a lot as far as me trying to make some golf trips and some business trips and stuff like that.
That's nice. That's nice, being this entrepreneur. What's the best thing you bought since you signed your contract? What would surprise us, whether it's big or small?
The best thing that I bought, I bought a car, but that's super simple. I feel like everybody buys a car. I actually bought a plot of land that I'm going to build a house in Kansas City. I figured my contract has a couple of years on there, so I'll be here for a little bit. So I got a plot of land, and I'm going to build a house out here.
Would you have a mini football field, a basketball court? Like, you're going to have the full thing? I know you're having a daughter, so, you're going to...
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I do have I'm going to have a half a football field so I can get some work in with some guys out there. I have a basketball court, but don't tell Brett Beach. That's not for me. That's for the kids.
Of course it is.
But they'll have a little golf stuff out there as well.
We had Aaron Rodgers on a couple of weeks ago, and I said, look, I'm watching Jake from State Farm. The arms are getting a little too big. I'd like to test Jake from State Farm, Patrick. I think he might have some illegal substances in there.
Dude, all of a sudden, man, the year before, he came out, he was kind of a fit dude, and then all of a sudden the next year, I'm like, man, dude, you're making me look small over here in these commercials, dude. You got to at least calm it down a little bit.
I think it should be in your contract. He has to wear long-sleeve shirts.
He's at least got to wear a little bit looser shirts. That one when we were playing cornhole, he came out with spandex, dude. He was looking huge. I had to puff out my chest a little bit.
Well, Rodgers went short sleeve in the next commercial. I don't know if Aaron was doing a party pump, but I wouldn't mess with Jake. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I might have to get him out here. Maybe play a little bit of fullback tight end for us. You might have to make some plays out there with it.
You're good with Kelsey. Bruce Arians said that the Buccaneers have a big advantage by playing at home, and you've already played there this year, and there's no fans, or at least you don't have the true home field advantage. Is it a big advantage for them to be playing at home?
We'll see, I guess. I feel like we've had the lucky enough to go there and find a way to win a game. They have a really good football team that's playing better football even than when we played them last time. But at the same time, it's a Super Bowl. You're going to be on a big stage no matter what. But as far as an advantage, we will see, because it's the first time it's ever been done.
How many times you go to the line of scrimmage and you go, this is going to be a touchdown?
There's certain looks. It's not as much as you'd think. The crazy part is half the time I'm like, oh, this will be a nice completion. And I'll throw it to these guys, and they somehow score touchdowns. And so I'm just running behind them, and I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, these dudes are still going. You get a lot of good looks, and you understand why Coach Reed calls plays and Coach Bieniemy, and they'll call a play, and when they call it and we get that perfect look, you know there's a good chance that you're going to have a chance at a touchdown.
I don't understand what's going on with Eric Bieniemy here, Patrick. I don't think he's going to get a job. I don't understand. What am I missing here? I know, selfishly you get to keep him, but he's older than Mike Tomlin, and he hasn't had a head coaching job here, Patrick.
Yeah, it amazes me, honestly. The first year you kind of were like, all right, it was just his first cycle through, and then last year the interviews, and you're like, for sure he's going to get a job. And then this year, I mean, if you look at his track record and the way he's able to coach us, the way he's able to lead men, and which is people say that, but to be able to lead a locker room of people from every different background and every different race and everything like that, and be able to be the leader of the locker room is a special talent. It's a talent, and he's able to do that. And then the way he's able to, go about calling plays throughout the game. And I understand we have Coach Reed, and Coach Reed calls plays. But there's a ton of input on Coach Bieniemy, and he calls a ton of plays in our game plan, and it just gets overlooked. And who knows what it is, but it's a loss for everybody else in the NFL and a gain for us. And hopefully he gets his chance because he'll succeed with that wherever he is. But if he doesn't, we're glad enough to have him back again.
We've come a long way since you dented my my face in the man cave in New York where you threw the football. That was before the draft, where you put it, I think, right on my nose with that that large float that I had. You know what? Chiefs should have known right then. They had their guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. That definitely, I think, rose me up the draft ranking. I was hoping the second or third round guy before that throw.
How's mom, by the way? I was worried about her when you got hurt. And can you make it? Can you tell me? Did you have a concussion, or you just in the concussion protocol?
I was in the protocol.
Okay.
I don't know if it was necessarily actually a concussion, but you never know. They never know exactly with those injuries. But I know I've had no symptoms, no lingering effects since, and so I feel completely normal. And I feel like I played completely normal this last weekend.
Yeah, mom was upset. Did you find out what she was tweeting during the game when you got tackled?
Yeah, man, it's hard to. I try to keep my family off Twitter as much as possible. But it's hard to tell your mom what to do, so I let her go. But
yeah.
Just being a mama bear.
Yeah, you can't scold her. You know, it's normally the other way around. But you can't go, Mom, you can't be sticking up for me like you're getting in a fight out on the playground.
No, exactly. But she's it's all out of love. But at the same time, you just gotta kind of calm down. It's a game of action, and you go out there and you fly around, and people get hurt here and there.
Give another plug for AirShare before we say goodbye.
Yeah, it's a great company. Kansas City based, but have really spread throughout the whole entire